Hi guys, welcome to another Pokemon video. In my least favorite Pokemon video, I was requested to do my favorite Pokemon of each type. And that is the video you are watching right now. So these are my favorite Pokemon of each type. Also, if you want to see that video, it was from I made it in February. The links are in the description. We start off with the most boring type, normal. My favorite normal type is Bidoof. But in all seriousness, my favorite normal type is Staraptor. Staraptor is awesome. It's based on a starling and an eagle. They're two super cool birds. But the main reason I like it is because of the Staraptor I used in Pokemon Pearl. First off, Staraptor one-shot Cyrus's Weavile. He also shot Cynthia's Garchomp. She was the last Pokemon on my team, and she two-shot the stupid shark. Now I give Staraptor the name Dragon Slayer. That's what I would say if this thing didn't exist. My favorite electric type is the most famous Pokemon, Pikachu. I mean, just look at him. Oh, this Pokemon's just so adorable. He's a little yellow mouse. He used to be my favorite Pokemon, in fact, but we'll see soon. I still always love this adorable electric rodent. By the way, if you guys want me to do cutest Pokemon of each type, then tell me in the comments. My favorite grass type is Decidueye. Decidueye is freaking awesome. He's a ghostly owl. Ghosts and owls are both cool, so it makes Decidueye overall a super cool Pokemon. Rowlet is also adorable. In fact, my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Sun, and my first Pokemon ever was Rowlet, so Decidueye will always hold a special place in my heart. My favorite fire type is Blaziken. Blaziken is super cool. I love birds, so I'm going to love this badass chicken boy. I'm usually not so keen on fire types, but Blaziken is just so cool. It starts off as an adorable Torchic, and then something. We don't talk about that one. And then Blaziken. He is just awesome. I'm always into bird Pokemon. My favorite water type is also my favorite Pokemon ever, Greninja. He is a ninja and a frog. I love frogs, and ninjas are also pretty cool. And I also find it funny how he uses his tongue as a scarf. Like, I would have never thought of that idea. It's just such a cool idea. X and Y though, they're not the best games, and I'll probably never finish them, but at least they made one awesome thing. This epic frog. I mean, why would you choose these two losers over this sick Pokemon? Also, his shiny is the best. Just so cool, the color combination. My favorite bug type is Scizor. I mean, bug types have always been kind of boring, in my opinion, like normal types. Plain old bugs, but Scizor, he's just a really cool Pokemon. I don't know what it is about him. I just find it cool. I can't really explain what it is about Scizor that I really like, but there we go. I like him. Oh, and by the way, this video was taking a long time to make. Well, not really a long time to make. I've just been forgetting about this. So some of the stuff might be a little bit outdated. But that's it about Scizor. I don't really have anything else to say. I just think he's cool. My favorite flying type is Corviknight. Corviknight is probably my favorite of the Route 1 birds. It's just really cool. In fact, when I first saw Corviknight, I didn't even know it was the Route 1 bird. I just thought it was just some random really cool Pokemon because, it's just way too cool of a Pokemon to be getting really early game. I just really like how it's Steel type, and just look at it. It just looks super cool. Also, it's kind of crazy because it's been 2 years ago since I made my first original favorite Pokemon type. My favorite ice type is Lapras. Now, Lapras is just really cool. It's one of the only Pokemon I think that nobody hates. And I also think it's really cool how it's based off the Loch Ness Monster, which is just already a really cool legend by itself. And I like how Lapras manages to be cute and cool at the exact same time. My favorite rock type is Rhydon. Rhydon was the first Pokemon ever to be created, and it's just a really cool Pokemon as well. I kind of wish Rhyperior didn't exist, because Rhydon's just really cool on its own, and Rhyperior is just really ugly and bad. I think it would have been cooler if we still had Rhydon and they could have given him like a Mega Evolution or like a Gigantamax form, and that just would have been really cool. I really like rhinos, they're one of my favourite animals, so of course I'm going to like Rhydon. And I like how his horn is like a drill, and it's just a really good way to start off Pokemon. My favourite ground type is Groudon. Easily one of the best pseudo-legendary Pokemon, and Cynthia's one was really challenging and stuff, but you know, Staraptor did two-shot it. But still, Garchomp is really awesome, and I like how it's a land shark. There's not really any land shark Pokemon. I don't even think there's much. I think there's only like 2 shark Pokemon overall. So yeah, Garchomp is just really cool. My favorite fighting type Pokemon is Lucario. Now I know Lucario is kind of an overrated Pokemon, but maybe he deserves to be overrated because he's just a really cool Pokemon overall. I like how he's kind of got like that aura power and stuff, and he's based off what they called them Egyptian dog people things. It's pretty cool. And also, I don't understand how the heck he's a steel type, like, how? I actually forgot about the poison type, but my favourite poison type is Glodzaya. Now we're at Ghost type, and honestly, I'm gonna have to pick Ceruledge for this one. Ceruledge is actually so cool. I know it looks kind of humanish, but still, it's like a ghost possessing like armor and like just blue fire just looks cool. And fire and ghost type, it's always gonna end up being a good Pokemon, like Chandelure. I think if Ceruledge didn't exist yet, I probably would have put Chandelure here, but since Ceruledge does exist, obviously he definitely deserves this spot. My favourite psychic type is Mewtwo. Mewtwo is such a cool villain, kinda, I guess. Sometimes he's evil, sometimes he's good, it's complicated, but Mewtwo is a really cool villain to Pokemon. And he's like the first kind of big legendary Pokemon. Well, he's not the first legendary, I think there'll be Articuno. But I think it's really cool how Mewtwo is like man-made and created by scientists. But Mewtwo is just a really cool Pokemon and a really cool legendary. My favourite steel type is also my favourite legendary Pokemon, and it's Solgaleo. As I already said in this video, Pokemon Sun was my first Pokemon game, and Solgaleo is, you know, the mascot of that game. And I think Solgaleo is really cool, and how you kind of get bombed with Solgaleo at the start when it's just a little Cosmog, and you get to see it evolve into Solgaleo. I think it's cool how in Scarlet and Violet, Miraidon and Koraidon you got to bond with them too, but this was the original legendary you really got to bond with, and it's just really cool. It's a really cool lion Pokemon that's based off the sun. What's not to love? My favourite dark type is Zoroark. It's really cool. Zoroark is just really a cooler version of Ditto. And I think everyone once thought in their lives that Zoroark was a mythical Pokemon, because, you know, it just looks like a mythical Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure there was an event to get it. And there was also that whole theory that N was of Zoroark. But Zoroark is just one of the coolest Pokemon, and foxes are just really cool. And a fox that can shapeshift just makes it even cooler. I couldn't decide on Dragon. Dragon's got way too much cool Pokemon. So let's just skip to Fairy. My favourite Fairy type is Marill. Oh my god, I'm finally done with this video. This took 2 years, which is kind of crazy. You can go and watch my least favourite Pokemon of all types, but like, my opinions have kind of changed from that one. Because I had a really weird, random hatred for Dialga back then. I don't know why. Dialga's not that bad. And Sceptile is no longer my least favourite Pokemon. I still don't like him, but Jinx is my least favourite Pokemon. So you can go and watch that if you want. Bye.